said fireworks are over. I don't know that fireworks are ever over around here. but I mean, the majority of the fireworks show's over. The 4th of July is come and gone. The All-Star game is next week. Camps open soon. Media days are this week. And you are dead in the middle of July. Good morning to you, boys and girls. How was the long weekend? Hope it was terrific. Thank you for waking up this morning with us. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
How was the long weekend, dude?
It was good.
I mean, last I saw you was Wednesday at the ballpark, right? I mean, that was the last time they gave us. I mean, the biggest about like the boss's boss gave us Thursday off, the whole company, and then Friday, of course, was the 4th, and then you had a weekend, and so last I saw you was the big day at the ballpark where Sports Center. That seems like a month ago.
It was a minute.
Yeah. Good weekend though.
Solid.
Did you watch any of the coverage ESPN in Albuquerque and Christine Williamson? I don't know that she put any of the green chili in her mouth. There was a lot of.
There's a lot in front.
Yeah. I don't know that she put any of it in her mouth.
Might not have trusted it during the broadcast.
Even afterwards, but that was cool. And then a big long weekend of baseball and soccer and tennis and all kinds of news going on. And we got a lot to do today, as we always do on a Monday. It's really kind of the turning of the seasons in some respects when it comes to sports, because here we go with media days in college football beginning this week. Camps are going to get open. The basketball's going. You got summer league. I get a headline: Bronny throws down big dunk in summer league. Like, wait, stop! Didn't a bunch of other dudes throw down big dunks in summer league too?
Their dad is not LeBron James.
No, and there's a lot of noise about LeBron James, and I want to get there because I'm not yet ready to buy into it, but the noise continues. We'll go through all-star rosters. The Rockies have an all-star, JJ.
Doesn't everyone have at least one?
Yeah. Are you a fan of that? I know people. This is like almost an annual, gripe, because people feel that if you do sports talk radio, you have got to complain. That B, it's when it's so slow, I got to talk about something, which is another lame excuse. But then there's people who legitimately just really don't like the fact that every team must be represented in the All-Star game. How do you feel about that?
I don't think every team should be represented.
I do. Yeah, I always have. I've always enjoyed that. Well, why? Just because maybe they're not worthy, or they're taking a spot from someone?
To me, if you are a really good baseball team, and insert with Dodgers or Stros, the run they've been on.
How about that?
Like, if you happen to have X amount of players that not only it's fan vote plus the other voting, and you just have the best at the moment, that's fine with me. I don't need to just see, we're awful, but player X is at least hitting 275 for us this year, so you get to be an all-star.
Is that the Rockies' deal? Was it Hunter Goodman? Is that who got in? I believe that's who got in. I don't know why. I mean, I get all these little headlines. I can't find my damn list. But I'm pretty sure it was Hunter Goodman. I do like the every team being represented. I like that because, and I'll tell you why. When I was a kid, it was always cool, and it is Hunter Goodman, the National League Reserves. Alex Bregman how did Alex Bregman make it? He's been out for so long. I mean, he was having a hell of a season. I met now I'm on like five tracks. I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you my Alex Bregman thing. I think as you grow the game and baseball and fans and what the game is, I always wonder, we ask this question all the time: who is it for? And it's certainly for the players to be recognized and rewarded for having outstanding first halves of seasons, I think. And although in Clayton Kershaw's case, it's probably a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I'm fine with also. They did it for Cal Ripken. They've done it for many people. I do believe every team, because this is like the Midsummer Classic. It's like everybody's getting together. Every team is there. All the executives are there. I do want every team to be represented. And I just remember as a kid, I just when the player from your team, and I go back obviously further than you, and there wasn't interleague play when I was a kid. There was it was still something really, really special about the All-Star game. And seeing whoever it was from the team or teams that I followed come up to bat or make a play or come into pitch, there was a sense to it. And I don't want we talk all the time how baseball is so market driven, how it's so local, how it's so regional, right? And I just think there's a big piece to that, to have each team represented. And there's going to be kids in Colorado, and there's going to be people in the Denver area. And when Hunter Goodman does come into the game, there's going to be a little swell.
No, there's not.
You don't think so?
No, Hunter Goodman being represented in the All-Star game does not change how terrible a franchise and organization in Colorado
Nor
Rockies
is it supposed to. No,
But then why is he there?
So do you think he's not an all-star?
No.
Okay. I mean, fair enough if you think he's not. I'm trying to find his numbers here. What's Hunter Goodman batting? Why is that so hard when you click on his name? Okay. Is there nobody should represent them because they're that bad? They lost 2-3 to the White Sox over the weekend. I mean,
this is participation trophy 101.
Okay. And I hear that. I go the other way on it. I respect that. I go the other way on it. I want everybody. I like every team being represented. I just do.
No, it's a little bit easier with the size of the rosters to do that.
Yep.
In a baseball All-Star game, and just get everyone in and out and have their moment. But to me, I look at it when you look at fan voting, however fans want to feel about it, plus how they put the reserves together. It's it's the similar vibe to Hall of Fame voting, right? It's like you're a Hall of Famer or you're not, you're an All-Star or not, and you don't need to just put someone there just because.
Yep. There's probably nobody else on that roster, and I haven't scoured that roster nearly good enough that I have an idea. Because the Rockies are 21-69. Hunter Goodman's leading them in mostly everything, right? He's batting 281, 16 home runs, 50 RBI. OPS is 843. I mean, those are decent numbers, no? They're not all-star numbers, is what you're saying?
He's having a fine season.
Yeah. I hear your argument. I go the other way on it. And it's I don't have a ton other than I do believe every team should be represented. If you're going to tell me Hunter Goodman took a spot from whom, somebody else should be there, and you're going to show me that guy's numbers, and you're going to go, wow, yeah, you're probably right. He's leading them in home runs with 16, leading them in batting, leading them in RBI, leading them in on base percentage, and leading them in hits. He's having a pretty good season on a pathetic club, on a just pathetic club. But that's where it is. We'll go through the All-Star roster if you want, and who got snubbed and who didn't, but I always wonder about that. I met Ruby, the new sports anchor, Channel 7, on the way out when we were leaving the other morning. She was coming in, and then I watched her broadcast the other day. I wasn't sure it was writing. She was talking about the All-Star team yesterday, and she said, there's two players of local interest, and she said, may I introduce you to Alex Bregman? And I want to believe she was being sarcastic, right? Like we all know who Alex, right? We all know who Alex Bregman is.
I hope so.
Yeah, I want to believe she was being sarcastic. Alex Bregman made the All-Star team, and then and I was surprised just because he's been out for the last 4 weeks. Good numbers for Alex, who is a former All-Star Game MVP, who was off to a terrific start with the Red Sox this year, and then was his quad, I believe, is what he hurt. But I was surprised he made it, weren't you?
Yeah, I think that's when you look at the fan voting numbers plus everything else. Still, big name player in a big market getting that boost.
Yeah. All right, the American League, the big dumpers, the starter at catcher, Vladimir Guerrero, the Blue Jays, Gleyber Torres of the Tigers at second, Jose Ramirez, the Guardians at third, and the A's, Jacob Wilson at shortstop. The outfield, Aaron Judge, Riley Green, and Javier Baez. So 3 Tigers, and rightfully so, by the way, because they're the best team in the American League. Do we have an argument there?
Not much.
Right? I mean, they're statistically. And then the designated hitter will be Ryan O'Hearn of the Orioles. And then the National League starters, a lot of Dodgers. Will Smith, the catcher, first baseman Freddie Freeman, and Shohei will be the designated hitter. Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte, which was kind of cool that he made it as the second baseman, Manny Machado of the Padres at third, Francisco Lindor, the Mets shortstop, and the outfield, Ronald Acuna of the Braves, Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs, and Kyle Tucker of the Cubs. You think they have Shohei pitch in the All-Star game? I'll bet they do.
No,
You don't? Did they already say no?
I don't think they would do that.
I think they're
wouldn't.
going to showcase him, and it's just such a big deal. Dave Roberts is the manager, right? Is it last year's World Series managers? Is that how they do it? I believe that's right. So they'll. Is he listed on the pitcher list? He is not listed on the pitcher list. All right, fair enough. Then maybe not. Who starts for the National League? Is it Skeens? They haven't named that yet, right?
Should be.
I mean, right?
You can't get any run support, but unbelievable season so far.
Yeah, he's just flat out terrific. All right, 505-246-0610. That's how to get in today. 505-246-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the visuals, Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch the show on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and on Xfinity Channel 26, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Text line is down. We're revamping the system. We're going to have a whole new system in here. So there is no text line as of right now, but you can send that email, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. When we get back, lots going on in the NBA. A 7-team trade, as it turns out, just to get Kevin Durant to the Rockets. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, if you want to, we can go through whatever it is. And the Lobo big guy is in town, and that's a big, big deal to get him here. Now, just get him eligible. We'll get into that when we get back. Hey, summer road trips. Taking one? They're a blast. They're fun. You're in the car, and then you get back, and your car looks like it's been on a summer road trip. Bugs all over the windshield and the grill, crumbs and crud everywhere, food wrappers. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will take care of that. Or maybe it's just life. Maybe it wasn't even a road trip. Maybe you're just living life, and your car looks like it needs On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Mine does too. Call them. Have them come by and detail your vehicle. When they're done, your vehicle looks and it feels and it smells brand new, like the day you took it off the lot. On the Spot Automotive Detailing brings their service to you. You do not take it anywhere. It's beautiful. Ask them about their paint protection film. Ask them about their ceramic coating or pro window tinting services because it's really hot outside. It's all there online. I love when they come out to my place. You'll love it as well. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is at otsdetailing.com. Book and buy online at otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
It's our fault. It's my fault. I'll eat it. JJ, Goat Heads is one of the 3 finalists. I don't even care what the other ones are. We got Goat Heads to be one of the 3 finalist names for the new hockey team. Now we got to get it across the finish line. Now we got to slip it past the goalie.
Well, it's
now we got to get it over the goal line.
voting's final.
Oh,
So it was one of the 3 finalists, and the voting ended last week.
oh. How did we not pump that up?
Yeah.
Once we got it there. I mean, I was pretty proud of us.
Mm-hmm. So said they're working on the branding right now, and it will be, I think, announced in the fall.
Let's hope it's Goat Heads. I mean, Goat Heads, it's Cutthroats, and what was the other one? Some like
Tarantula Hawks.
I mean, this is easy, right? This one should be easy. No?
I love the Goat Heads. It just seems like it's what you're looking for, especially minor league hockey. I know, the other 2, all of them have ties to New Mexico.
Tarantula what?
Tarantula Hawks.
All right. Okay.
Stuff that's in the state that
something
you don't know
made
about.
up. That's like a made up thing, right?
No.
There's something that's like a tarantula hawk. What is that? Is it a hawk or is it a tarantula?
It's a wasp.
It's a wasp.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have a lot of those around here?
And we got some of
How
them.
do you spell tarantula? Tarantula. That's a bug, man. It's like a tarantula hawk. It's a spider wasp. It's a pumpalad that preys on tarantulas. All right, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Tarantula hawk would be all right. Which one do you like? I mean, it's Goat Heads, right?
So go ahead. I think that's such a great minor league name.
It's got to be Goat Heads. Yeah. All right. Well, the
Go Heads can ruin your day.
Yes. Don't vote anymore. I guess that was. You can go to the Albuquerque the Magazine voting site and vote for us for best sports or best radio show if you want. That's open still.
Go.
All right, big day for Lowell basketball. Now they just got to get him eligible. So Tomislav Buljan, are we calling him? It's Buljan. We think the J is silent. Does anybody know it for
Go with
sure?
that so far.
All right, it could be Buljan, but I think it's Buljan. Anyway, he's the 22-year-old, 6'9", big guy that was playing pro ball. He's from Croatia. So he's had his student visa processed. He is now in the Burke. He is allowed to begin working out with the Lobos. However, he is not yet cleared by the NCAA. They don't know how much, if any, eligibility he's going to have. Remember, he played his most recent seasons in a professional league in Croatia, a team that he's been part of at the academy level since he was a teenager over there. So he's allowed to practice for up to 45 days without an NCAA ruling. And if the NCAA, let's hope they ruled by then. If they have not ruled prior to the 45-day period expiring, then he must sit out until a ruling is made. So you're like, well, wait, why'd they bring him over if they're not sure? Because there's kind of precedent on this, right? They believe that he's going to have probably 2 years. Is that, you think that's what they're banking on?
Yes.
And so we'll see. Now, is there a chance that they took a gamble and the guy never plays? Yeah, there's that chance too. But I got to believe it's a smaller chance, and they've gone through the due process on this, and they've looked at what the other players in this, and this isn't rare now.
And especially with the changes in not just name, image, and likeness, but revenue sharing, there's I think 100 players that just this offseason are going through this that have had some type of deal professionally overseas that are coming over and seeing what college eligibility that they have.
Oh, that's right. Yes. And so you would expect that there'll be something there. So we'll see. But he's in town, and I mean, he looks the part, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Big dude. That could be your starting center. You know, I could see some sort of a combination of him and JT Rock holding down the front court. You've got Antonio Chol at 6'9", but he's going to be playing more of a swing. And so you do have some size in there, assuming that he gets eligible. I don't know what plan B is, dude. Like if he, because this is, everybody was screaming, you need size, you need size, you need size. And I remember when Eric Olin was sitting here and he's like, just relax. He's like, hey, we're going to be okay, and we got size. And you were out there that day, and it looked like they had plenty of size. But if this does not come through, this would be a big chunk of your size that is not there, that is not eligible, that would then create a problem, right? And I don't know where you're getting at that point. And there's still
you would essentially have one true center on the roster.
Yeah,
JT Rock.
Yeah, and yes, Tomeo Pons, the 6'8" guard from France, expected to get here in the next few weeks. He was playing for the U19 national team for France, where he averaged 7.4 and points and almost 3 rebounds a game. Team high 11 3-pointers in 11 games for France. France didn't play very well, but he was a bright spot for them. I don't know how much they're going to rely on him. I don't ever have a problem if you're going to tell me I got a shooter coming in. And I look at that.
His performance in this tournament could give him a different opportunity. Because the initial, some of the buzz was this could be a candidate that, though he takes his time, maybe even a redshirt guy, but just bring him in, see what happens. But you have a performance like that, you could absolutely earn yourself 10, 12 minutes off the bench. You're looking for just a sharpshooter to come in.
I don't disagree with you. And what was the one thing you've been lacking here the last couple of years? Really, just a sniper, right? Like a sniper. You got guys who can hit a three. I think everybody can hit a three. You were waiting all year last year for Mustafa Amsil to just get hot and become that dude. I don't think it ever happened last year. You're waiting for somebody just to be a zone buster, a defense stretcher, and if this guy can be that, then he's going to earn himself some time. I just think if you can get a true shooter, what did Max Rice do for Boise State all those years? besides be a pest. He made
Get
shots,
buckets.
right? He made shots. And that's where what you're hoping for. And so Tomeo Pons comes in, or he'll be here soon. And that's what you're hoping for. All right, Louisville football's going to get started. So this will be an interesting, next week is media day. What do you believe the perception will be at media day? This is going to be an interesting one, man. I almost think, and I say this not with any lack of respect, I almost feel like Jason X is going to be an afterthought at media day, because it's going to be the final Mountain West media day next week, right? Everything's going to be focused on the teams that are leaving. And you know how that Boise media just kind of walks around like they own the place, right?
I can tell you what it's going to be like.
Go ahead.
Coaches and players just be there, do their thing, and move on. But the media is going to be all about the split.
Yes.
They're going to have their factions, and the Boise, Boise State media might just absolutely throw a party and drop a Pac-12 banner during Mountain West Media Day. It's entirely possible.
No, they might. And they think they've done something. The media has.
Yeah. And then and
it'll be about Bronco a little
administrators will be, fine, the ones that are out there.
Well, and the coaches, I think the two coaches that get the most love is Dan Mullen, right, at UNLV, and Bronco probably, right?
Yeah, they're going to stand there and ask them questions. They're not going to get anything.
Well, who's they? The New Mexico media?
Who's ever there?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because the Mountain West doesn't do it like the Big 12 does and many other leagues. The coaches don't take the podium, right? They have their little sessions where they sit at a table and the print media can go by. Then they have to go through like the electronic media room. But there's no podium session. But it'll be interesting where Jason Eck falls in this and the love that he gets. And I'm interested, man. I'm really, really interested. I'm not sitting here telling you I think they win 11 games. And I'm not telling you I think they go into the big house and shock Michigan when it gets started. But aren't you interested to see what they are?
Of course. I think this is, and you've discussed it, a really fascinating build-up, because you're looking at not just players, but coaches that have had success at a lower level. And now you're banking on that they're talented enough to be able to do this at the Mountain West level, which I believe they can be. When you look at the teams they're competing against in conference play and the amount of turnover that we've seen across the Mountain West Conference, to where this doesn't have to be one where, yes, UNLV's done it, right? They've gone out there and they went a lot of big-time names. Mm-hmm. Players have been at Power 5 conferences. But there's also, we've seen plenty of those players that's like, okay, you were recruited out of high school to go to school X. You never got a special team. So, yeah, you could be good or whatever. But then if you see a player that, hey, you went FCS level and you were one of the best players there, you can absolutely play at this level.
Yeah, and coming on up and happy to be here. I'm interested to see. We'll get into it as we go, and a big recruiting week or month, really, for New Mexico as they get ready now to jump into it. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When we get back, the Kevin Durant trade evidently is done, and there were 7 teams involved to get Kevin Durant to Houston and out of Phoenix. Now Phoenix is making some news and maybe trying to get themselves a little bit more freedom. We'll get into that and how they can do that when we get back. Hey, I recently had a bathroom remodeled. I did not go with Rebath, but I will the next time. Thinking about a remodel? Meet Albuquerque's best full-service bathroom remodeling company. I was over at Rebath last week and went by and sat with a guy who I've known for a long time. He and his wife, you'll know him. They've now taken over Albuquerque's Rebath. If you're thinking about making changes to your bathroom, reach out to the premier bathroom remodeling company in Albuquerque. It's bathroom remodeling projects that are exciting, that are fun, that are quick, that are clean, that are beautiful, that are top of the line. Upgraded materials, upgraded fixtures. It'll boost the atmosphere and boost the value of your home. Here's what Rebath is going to do for you. They're going to send out a design team. They'll come out and they will give you an idea. Maybe you know what you want, maybe you don't. They'll come out, they walk through the project with you, tell you what they can do. You tell them what you want, you get an idea, you know how much it costs. They make a difference because they are experts at what they do, and they are locally owned. Former Lobo quarterback Cole McCamey and his wife Sarah own the local Rebath. They put pride into what they do. I walked through the whole place. I just so impressed with what they do. They do it quickly, they do it with pride, and they do it expertly. Call Rebath. Take a look at the website. Go to rebath.com and location. And go over to Albuquerque. You'll see what they're doing there. It is spectacular. And then when you're ready to make the move, give them a call and have them come out and talk about your remodel. It's Rebath, Albuquerque's best full-service remodeling bathroom remodeling company. Rebath Albuquerque. Go to the website, rebath.com/location/Albuquerque, and take a look. You can thank me later.
This report brought to you.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots?
Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
On picks, all moved around to somehow make. Do you understand it? Because I sure as hell don't. And I know you get the salary cap way better than I do.
Do I understand it? Yes. Do I get why it had to be 7?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It really came down to having to move, as you just said, X amount of salaries around for Phoenix and Houston to push the deal through. So it was a lot. I think this is the most second-round picks I've ever heard discussed in the history of NBA trades. Going around, recent draft picks, rookies coming in, future seconds, but it was just all salary pieces moved. Finally, get KD from Phoenix to Houston.
Yeah, look. Eventually, the Suns ended up with a first-round pick. They ended up with the first pick of the second round, 31st overall. They used on Rasheer Fleming out of St. Joseph's. They got the 41st pick. They used it on somebody named Kobe Bryant. A few other players ended up being drafted from picks in this deal. The Lakers pick 36. That was that Adu Thero pick. The Timberwolves got somebody. The Warriors got somebody. But this was like a million, whatever. God bless the people who got it done and figured it out because they're way smarter than me. Meanwhile, they're talking about maybe getting out of the Bradley Beal deal in Phoenix. And this has been a big issue for them, right? Bradley Beal's got it. So there's two dudes, JJ, who have a no trade clause in the NBA. One of them would be LeBron James. All right, that kind of makes sense.
The second you would never guess.
Ever, if you didn't know, and it's Bradley Beal. And so now there's talk of some sort of a buyout with Bradley Beal. Is that right?
Yeah. It's the only way to move on from Bradley Beal. You got to eat that money.
So let me be very clear. Like Damian Lillard got bought out. When you get bought out, they owe you that money, and then you double dip when you sign with someone else, right? So Damian Lillard's going to get $113 million from Atlanta from Milwaukee because they bought him out. And then when he signs somewhere next year, he's going to make another, whatever. Where do you like Damian Lillard next year, by the way? Does he go back to Portland? You like him with the Nuggets? What about with the Nuggets? How cool would that be?
I think Damian Lillard is a great candidate for any playoff team.
Yep.
It's not next year.
So
you're signing Damian Lillard and understanding that he's rehabbing his Achilles injury for the entire season.
And the beauty is you're probably not going to have to pay him a chunk because he's getting paid. It's not like when Kevin Durant had that redshirt year with the Nets and you had to pay
and he took a max
$45
deal
million
to
or
go
whatever.
to Brooklyn. Like this is one where Damian Lillard, if depending on what money is offset, if not, if you can truly double dip or not, because he might just be like, I'm still Damian Lillard. You want me? Then even with my Achilles injury, you're gonna have to pay me market value. But if not, he could pick any team he wants almost.
When did the DeAndre Ayton thing go down? Have we talked about this yet? Did it happen before? I feel like we haven't done the show in a month. I think it's a huge move for them. I think the writing was on the wall. I think it's zero surprise. I think when Brook Lopez signed with the Clippers, this is where this was going to go. DeAndre Ayton got bought out in his deal with Portland. So he signs a 2-year, $16.6 million deal with the Lakers. And it's got a second-year player option. Here's a guy that was the number 1 pick in the draft. A guy who's played in a championship game who has been inconsistent. I think this solves one of their big problems, don't you? I mean, this is their rim protector. This is their big guy. Is he the best big guy in the league? No, but at times he's really good.
Yeah, he's not that dude defensively, so they don't have a rim protector. This is one you're hoping that you're not being counted on as number 1 pick anymore.
Right.
Like, you need to play a strong role. You need to be someone that J.J. Redick looks at and says, hey, I can play you more than 10 minutes a game. Like, this is a dude that you expect to play 30 minutes per game, the starting center, and look incredibly different with LeBron James and Luka Doncic down the floor.
Yes.
And of the options, like,
I love it.
It made a ton of sense. I'm with you in terms of let's give this guy a chance, because anyone who plays with LeBron James has been boosted up. Luka Doncic can make you look really good in the pick and roll game offensively. He has touch to hit the mid-range jumper. He is a good athlete. And you get an opportunity like this for DeAndre Ayton, maximize yourself. This is an opportunity.
Here's your chance.
That if you look good, not only can you be a part of winning basketball games again,
you get paid again.
You could get paid a nice chunk of money in a couple
years. You
can
get paid again. Yeah, I love this for them. What do you make all the noise around LeBron? Because I'm not ready to buy in that he's leaving the Lakers yet, but man, the noise isn't stopping, and it feels like it's getting louder and louder.
Kind of par for the course at this point. Every offseason, something is simmering. Not necessarily always about LeBron leaving, but what the team's going to do to make LeBron happy, this or that. I think people are kind of just in the rumor mill or pushing for it because everyone just loves to be done with LeBron James, but I don't see a scenario where there's a trade on the table that LeBron says, yeah, I'm going to Team X for just 1 year.
Maybe he thinks he's got more than that. I want to get into that a little bit more when we get back. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. That and Kyrie, when he's going to be back from his Achilles, he talked about that because that team's loading up a little bit too down in Dallas. Hey, need a jeweler? I didn't know I needed one. I didn't know I wanted one, but I have one. My jeweler is John Thomas Jewelers, and if you're getting engaged, there's no other place to go. John Thomas Jewelers has created the no regrets ring. So any ring that you design with them, and it's a ring that you'll see in 3D before they design the ring, they'll preview it for you in 3D printed wax before they make it in precious metals. Any ring you design there, you've got an entire year to redesign it after you propose if she doesn't like it. No penalty even on custom made rings. What if she wants something different? How do you know what she's going to want? She loves you, but maybe she only likes the ring. You've got this beautiful no regrets ring policy. Plus, all the rings at John Thomas Jewelers come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty, and their diamonds are hand selected by them in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. They go over there and select the diamonds for you. There's no place to get a better, more beautiful, more clear diamond. The no regrets ring. Get it right. It's exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Visit them on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. They're on Louisiana, 1 block south of Banal, and go see why they're my jeweler. Why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 4 straight years and voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
When he played with the Wizards for the last 2 or 3 years, I don't know that he's ever played a full season since like his first or second year in the league.
He's made a lot of money.
But they say 5 teams are interested in him. So we'll see what happens.
Well, five teams are interested when you let him go, right? When you buy him out and pay him, they're not interested in taking on that contract. There's nobody who wants
that's,
right.
That's what I'm saying. Phoenix is going to retain a lot of it. That's what I'm saying. The money that they're buying him out.
When you buy him out,
retain a lot of that salary.
When you buy him out, you're buying out the rest of the money. Like that's what that means. You're paying the rest of the money left on that deal, and then somebody else is going to pay him on top of that, and he's going to double dip. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, he will double dip, but whoever signs him isn't going to have to pay much.
That's my 100%.
What we're paying him.
Right. I mean, relative. Yeah. So like the Ayton deal, right? He just got bought out by
the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers signed him
by Portland bought him out, but yeah.
But 2 years at $16 million, so he's making an extra $8 million on top of whatever he was making. I don't know. I mean, it seems like pretty good extra money, like pocket change.
And it's great. It's great for the Lakers too, because I mean, Ayton's not. I mean, he's not Durant. He's not a lot of people, but he's serviceable. He's not a bad player.
Good big guy.
And so, we had him here for years, and then finally, I read too, and I thought this was Lillard. He's putting himself out there, and he says that he was interested in playing in Boston because he's good friends with Tatum.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that he fits. He fits in Denver. He may go back to Portland. He fits with the Warriors. Would be unbelievable. I mean, like the Lakers. I mean, what do the Lakers need now? A shooter. I mean. And again, you get him on one of these cheap deals because he's already making his money. Now he gets to pick his spot where he thinks he can go get a ring.
Oh, I know, and it's just the organizations get hurt, but the players and the players should. I mean, they should. They're free agents. They can do whatever they want, so they can sign wherever they want. So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's just crazy.
All right, man. Stay cool over there.
Okay, guys.
See you.
All right, you guys take care.
Phoenix area's just blowing up. I mean, it's warm. Weather's just bonkers. And with that said, I know you feel the same way. Our hearts go out to the families and the victims in Texas. I mean, could you imagine sending your kid to camp and the tragedy that's going on? 80-plus people are known to be dead. 27 campers and counselors dead from the floodwaters. Like, you watch some of these pictures and I go numb. I don't know what you do. I know our hearts go out. I know you feel the same way. Anybody who's a human being, but I mean, can you imagine your kid being there? Just you can't and don't.
Yeah,
and
don't.
Just and don't and don't. It just and don't. All right, 505-246-0610. Coming up in the next hour, we'll get into some of the NFL stuff as it's going on. Cowboys, one of yours got arrested. I mean, it's like it's not the worst crime ever, but it's never also good when you say, hey, one of your guys got arrested. So we got that. I want to get into the baseball stuff over the weekend. How about the Astros sweeping the Dodgers? That's significant. How about the 18-1 paddling the other night? Worst loss for the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium ever. 18-1. You feel bad for them? Rocky fan? Hey, you guys won yesterday. New Mexico United was on the road over the weekend. We'll get into that. USA-Mexico Gold Cup final. That's a thing. Kind of a big thing, actually. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Thank you for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView.
95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Monday comes with a lot behind you over the weekend and a lot in front of you this week. Good morning, boys and girls, and Merry Monday. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend, long weekend. Maybe you went somewhere, roadied, took some time, but welcome back to the morning show here that we call the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. JJ, what was the highlight for you? Would it be USA Mexico over the weekend? Would it be the All-Star teams? Would it be Wimbledon? Would it be the weekend highlight for you? Would be what? Is it Gold Cup, Mexico beating USA yesterday? And if so, what does that mean?
That the United States lost another Gold Cup final to Mexico.
Not rare.
Not rare. That Mexico has done a good job over the last couple of years getting back on top in the region and being the best team in CONCACAF ahead of next year's World Cup. I think it was a good showing for the United States, given the fact so many people are like, this is maybe the B team for the United States. You get to the Gold Cup final, and with Pochettino in his first big time tournament as manager of the United States. Big time showing, impressive atmosphere, and What does it mean? Well, it means that hopefully you're better when you get your big names in next year.
This was the last competitive match, right? The everything that's going to happen between now and 340 days from now when the World Cup starts are going to be all friendlies, right? So this is the last, as they say, competitive match. The United States took the lead early, and it didn't look like a goal initially. It bounced off the top of the frame and crossed the goal line and went back into play. And then they gave up the equalizer and then eventually the winner. There is no home field advantage for the United States when they play Mexico in this country, is there? Unless maybe you go to Columbus or maybe up in Massachusetts. But when you play down south, when you play in California, when you play in Texas, home field advantage, that crowd certainly is a Mexican crowd, is it not?
Definitely had that buzz. Little extra two going on right now.
What does it mean? So is Mexico, they win, so they have supremacy in CONCACAF, which is the region. But considering, and you talked about this quite a bit, this probably will not be the roster, or at least the core of the roster, that represents the United States in the World Cup next year when it comes to North America, and it will be hosted in United States, Canada, and in Mexico. Is there reason? It's funny. I watch the commentators, and everybody's just down on USA Soccer, and maybe I don't know, man. Maybe you're never going to be that. It almost feels. Pardon me for making this analogy, but global football has been like pushing, and people say, and how many times have I heard on this show? Yeah, they're just never going to be that, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, why not? Like, there's been glimpses. I kind of feel the same way about USA Soccer, because in my lifetime, and I've been doing this longer than you, every World Cup's going to be the next great thing for USA Soccer, and it's going to grow the sport. And I think the sport's grown in our country certainly immensely. I mean, we have a professional league, or we have professional leagues plural, but we have Major League Soccer, and we have our best playing all around the world. But there's part of me that thinks, you know what? It's the world's game. You're really good at basketball, man. You don't have to own everything, although maybe you do. But you see where I'm going with that? Is there something to that?
Yeah, they're never going to own soccer. I think it's the World Cup spark. And when you have the ability to host a World Cup, you hope that your national team can help push that forward in your home country. I think that with some of the success they had over the last couple of years, in fact, Christian Pulisic and is playing, down at AC Milan and Weston McKennie and guys at Juventus, like big time clubs that are playing well, that everyone got a little bit ahead of themselves. Like, oh my goodness, now the United States is really going to make inroads and be a power going to run. Not quite the case. I don't think that U.S. soccer is ever going to get there, but
ever
can it have its meaningful moments? Like, it again, the Gold Cup, it's a summer competition. The World Cup, it's in the summer. Like, it is going to be meaningful in that regard. But I go a power in soccer that can legitimately get to a semifinal of a World Cup.
So is that what success would be? Is next year's success of the World Cup, is it getting out of group stage? Is it?
Yes.
Is it just so success would be just getting out of the pool, getting out of group stage,
getting to knock out playing the World Cup?
That would be the final
on home
16.
soil.
Yeah.
Would be very nice.
All right. What do it mean for Mexico? Because is that Mexico's team that's going to play? Is that?
Yeah, they had a lot more of their top players, and you kind of saw that how they controlled the game through the mid part, and then getting the go-ahead goal in the 77th minute with Alvarez. And what it means is, they're a country that's been very disappointed with their play over the last few years. And I think there's a lot more confidence in their roster going into next summer.
All right. Other soccer over the weekend. New Mexico United was on the road. They are still in first place in the Western Division, or the Western Conference in USL Championship. They went to Pittsburgh. I believe the first time they've ever gone to Pittsburgh. Am I wrong there?
Yeah. A neat little stadium right there on the river.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool. Yeah, it looked kind of cool. They lose 1-0 to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. a 74th minute goal, I believe. So whilst they controlled most of the possession, they got outshot, and they fall to 8-5-1, but still remain in first place in the West. And they'll come home next week and return to the ball pitch. Going back east for some reason, right? Didn't they get beat somewhere else back east early in the season? And it's not that far. I mean, when you think, is it further to go there than, I don't know, some of the road trips you make up west, you go to the Northwest or whatever? I mean, I always wonder about teams from the Mountain and Pacific time zone going east. For whatever reason, they struggle so much. In whatever sport, it's not just soccer. I mean, we watch it in the NFL all the time. I don't know, but just it's a game, right? I mean, it's not. I'm not.
Yeah, they were
into it.
able to get out there early. They not glamorous travel, but part of when you play in this league across the United States, they're going to be making long road trips. And I don't think that was why they lost the game.
Yep. All right. So that's they were on the road. They'll be back home. They play Charleston Battery. It'll be 7:00 out at the ball pitch on Saturday, and you get to go back out and see United play. I think we still have the sweet deal available for you too. If you go to our website, sportsanimalbq.com, click on the sweet deal logo, and I believe we've got a sweet deal for New Mexico United. I think there's still a few of those left if you want to go out and enjoy that this weekend. So you have the soccer over the weekend, you got the Wimbledon going on, and then of course the baseball for you, and a little bit of golf. Golf went extra holes as well. Mike said the most desperate theory, Jeff, it held form last night with Albuquerque's baseball team winning. Topes were they the Mariachis last night? I think that was Saturday night. They beat El Paso yesterday. It was a fun night. I was out at the ballpark on Wednesday. We were there for the day game. Then went out on the 4th of July. Great crowds out there. I mean, it's just it I don't know why it amazes me every time I go. It just doesn't matter how the club's doing. People just love going to the ballpark and watching baseball.
Summer, baseball, environment, drinks, food.
I mean,
got it all.
Dwight says, living it up, Jeff. We're entering the busy part of the live schedule. 5 events in the next 7 weeks. Thank you, Dwight. I'll see if I can find it. Gene, boy, it was nice seeing Albuquerque's AAA franchise on local TV again. Lobo basketball and the Lady Lobos could take a lesson. Actually, I think they're going to here for some of the games, not all of them. But Isotopes were on TV. Was it last night? Saturday night. They did the game on Channel 7, which was cool. But Gene, you should. If Gene was running the department, they would not sign their grant of rights over to the league. They would hold on to their rights and put them all on local TV. You wouldn't be on CBS Sportsnet and Fox and none of that. It would just be,
You wouldn't make any money.
You don't need it. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what I mean either. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails, jeff@sportsanimalbq.com. NFL news over the weekend we get back as camps get set to open soon, including a Cowboy arrested and a disgruntled receiver in the division. 505-246-0610. We'll hit that when we get back. If you have been a victim of a home or business break-in, you know way too well it takes hours, if not days, for police to respond. And if you've not been a victim, you know someone who has. Your 1 degree separated. You're in Albuquerque. Look, there's just not enough officers to cover all the calls they get. But when it's you, when it's your home, when it's your business, you need a much quicker response. So how about 7 minutes or less? That is the typical response time of International Protective Service customers. I am one of them. IPS has officers strategically placed all around Albuquerque, now in Santa Fe. They react quickly, and often they catch criminals in the act. They detain them, and the police come and pick them up. IPS provides standing guards. If you want eyes on your property around the clock, they install alarms and camera systems, and they got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. And all of this is raising the level of security around your home and your business. So who's watching your home when you're not there? Who's watching your business? You're going on summer vacation. Don't let it be the bad guys. A quick response to your alarm or standing guards at your business is what IPS does. You sleep better at night. 505-897-2420 is their number. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. IPS, passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM.
That's never good. Cowboy fan, you're a kick returner. You're all pro kick returner. Was arrested Saturday by the Allen County, or the Allen Police Department, the Allen, Texas Police Department, facing 2 charges. They're both misdemeanors. I looked at the headline and then I read the story and I'm like, well, I mean, the headline is the headline and he did get arrested, but, and then maybe there should be a but. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Cavante Turpin was booked into the Collin County Jail on charges of possession of marijuana, less than 2 ounces, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. So, JJ, look, I'm not going to, you broke the law, you broke the law. I'm not going to tell you getting arrested ever is good. But there's a hell of a lot worse crimes. I've read way bigger police blotters that make me concerned about a dude and his future. This is a guy who's a wide receiver and a kick returner. He got a 3-year, $18 million extension with the Cowboys back in March. He had some weed and a gun. How concerned should I be about Cavante Turpin? Probably, I don't know.
Scale of 1 to 10, maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2.
Clean it up.
Yeah, again,
be smarter.
Call him in. What are we doing? Like, I don't know what unlawful carrying. I guess it wasn't registered or whatever. And in Texas, is weed not legal in Texas? Is that the deal under 2 ounces? That must be it. So get off the weed and register your gun, and let's not have this conversation again. Because if we have this conversation again, it's going to be a lot longer, and one person's going to speak, and it's not going to be you, right? Is that kind of where that goes?
I think that's a solid direction for it to go.
What are we doing? All right, camps are going to open. Also in that division, team that people love this year, the Washington Commanders. Maybe a guy you love in your fantasy football draft, Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry's in the last year of his current deal. He's got a base salary of $15.5 million. Not enough for him, not market value. He boycotted the offseason program, both voluntary and mandatory. He's got 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons plus. Finished with 82 catches, almost 1,100 yards, and 13 touchdowns last year. He is, I think, is key to anybody outside of their quarterback in their offense. Do you agree with that?
I do.
What's market value for him? I mean, he's not Jamar Chase, but I mean, is he a top 10 guy in this league? You start looking at,
if you can get a 2 years, guarantee him maybe $60 million.
2 years, 60? Is that what you said?
In total guarantees. So you're looking at maybe a little over $30 million per year because this is your window.
That's pretty thick, man.
Okay, you have a quarterback and a rookie contract. Who else you paying on that off?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair.
Again, I don't want to overextend Terry McLaurin, who's good, but he ain't 4 years, $120 million at 31 years old.
I mean, I got 10 guys off the top of my head that are better than him, right? Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Malik Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Nico Collins. I really like Brian Thomas, Drake London, A.J. Brown. Is he better than any of those guys?
No, but that doesn't mean that he's not, as you just said, that important to where Washington is right now with Jaden Daniels at quarterback.
So you're going 2 for 30 guaranteed. All right.
Yeah, I want to give him a good chunk of change where I'm not over giving him a contract extension that's too long. I'm trying to protect myself from the franchise tag going, hey, all right, man, we'll pay you. You've been ridiculously productive when there's been no quarterbacks in Washington. Still an important piece to the puzzle, but I don't want to give you a 4 or 5 year deal.
They signed Debo in the offseason. So they got Debo Samuel. They got Terry McLaurin, assuming he gets into camp. Noah Brown is probably their third guy. Michael Gallup's on that roster. They got Luke McCaffrey there. Their tight end is Zach Ertz. Do they need one more weapon on the outside?
No.
Okay. Because they got 2 really good ones and then some slot guys. And some I think you're probably right.
And a sneaky 6th-round pick at the running back position.
Jeremy, who?
Bill.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. I was reading something the other day. Where was I reading this? Corey Krosky-Merritt was the 6th-round pick of the Redskins. I'm sorry, the Commanders. And said by week, week 10, he may end up being like a steal in your fantasy draft. Just saying.
There's, I think Brian Robinson Jr. is still in for a good season, but I could see
They have Austin Eckler there, too.
Krosky Merritt outplaying Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols.
Yeah, Jerry McNichols, the former Boise State guy. Rodriguez is a second-year guy out of Kentucky. The Bills, that guy, and they evidently really like him, and I guess he was really good in the rookie minicamp. Yeah, no, they took him with a 6th-round pick. Not 6th pick overall, 6th-round pick. And that's funny you said that. I was literally reading that, something over the weekend. I got a running back dilemma with my keeper. I'm trying to decide what to do, and so I was just looking at some sleepers there. But yeah, but watch that one. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce was on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and he was talking about Travis Hunter, the rookie out of Colorado, when he's playing defense. Now he's going to go both ways. What do you think of this? Quote, teams are going to go after him. They're going to try to make his day miserable. Dude, if he plays corner, they're just going to run deep balls at him all day. The wide receivers just take off on him all day just to try to get him tired. Why wouldn't you attack him that way? End quote. Considering they think he's going to be a wide receiver and DB. Just run at him.
Just go routes all day wherever Travis Hunter is.
Until he starts picking balls off and knocking them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be really
100%
fun to see how teams try to attack Travis Hunter, and also how the Jaguars actually go in with Hunter.
Yeah. No, I'm
where his value is.
One of the things I'm most looking forward to this season is watching how they utilize him. I mean, like, I can give you a storyline on every team, right? But I can that's one of my favorite things that I'm looking forward to watching. All right, 505-246-0610. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Fred.
Hey, Jeff.
What's happening?
Hey, I know you guys already talked a little bit about this, the All-Star game, but, you talked about Goodman. And Goodman, it sounds like, of course, you got to take a guy from a team, but Goodman deserves in Denver, they're going crazy over this guy. I have about 10 relatives. All they talk about when they write, as they call me and text me, is about Goodman, how great a game he's having. And, the guy's batting .281. You already said this already, 18 doubles and 16 homers and even 3 RBIs, 3 triples and 50 RBIs. I mean, the guy's having a hell of a year. The fans love him over there, and he deserves to really be, if not the top guy, because Smith has, 45 RBIs to 50 for Goodman and so on and so forth. But I'm just going to say he deserves to be the guy that should be the backup catcher. And so watch out for that guy, because he got hurt just a few days ago, but hopefully he's better. So I just want to say that. And then kudos to the voters. When's the last time a rookie has made the All-Star team? And I don't know if you know who I mean, but this kid's been hitting the ball from the minute he started playing this year, and he plays on the Athletics. I don't know if you know who I mean.
The shortstop?
It's Jacob Wilson.
Yeah.
He's batting .333, and it's not like he's been up to bat 200 times. He's been up to bat 331 times, 9 homers, 42 RBIs, 17 doubles. And the most impressive stat that no one even talks about, the guy's been up 331 times and struck out only 26 times.
And he's going to be the starting shortstop for the American League.
Yeah, starting shortstop as a rookie. Mm-hmm. And then 2 other things. This Pons looks like he's a hell of a three-point shooter. I watched him play. Well, I saw the highlights of him in all the games. He's shooting 37% from three-point line, and I was real impressed with him. And then the last thing is we lost. What's his name? My mind's gone blank. We lost Kip Curry.
Yes,
I don't know if you saw that.
He went pro.
He won the 10,000. He's now signed professionally to go at Nike. So we lost him. Hopefully we don't lose any more of the rest of them. But anyway, he's gone after 1 year. But we got what we wanted. He won the 10,000 and 4-time All-American and stuff. So that's all, guys.
All right, Fred. No, that's good.
Okay.
See
you guys.
Yeah. No, the shortstop and the story with the shortstop Jacob Williams from the Athletics is terrific. And I don't know people. I mean, you'll know him when you watch him in the All-Star game. And then Kip Corey went pro, signed with Nike, and you get a year. That's how that works. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails are coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. When we get back, Paul Skeens pitched 5 innings, didn't allow a run. Did he get any support for crying out loud? He's as good of a watch as there is in baseball now, too. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros.
Man, you're going to hear a lot of college football this week. National news because, well, you're in it. Media days this week. Mountain West is next week. That'll be in Las Vegas. Big 12 starts tomorrow in beautiful Frisco, Texas. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. You're welcome to get in today, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Who do you like to be the starting pitcher for the National League in the All-Star game? Everybody wants Paul Skeens. So he went 5 innings for the Pirates. Didn't allow a run, gave up 5 hits, struck out 10. Lowered his ERA to 1.94. Did not get the win. In fact, nor did his team. Pirates lose 1-0 to Seattle. So Paul Skeens, this is just stunning the way this works. Paul Skeens has made 19 starts this season for the Pirates. He's got 4 wins. He has 7 losses. He's 4-7. Well, why would he be an all-star starter, Jeff? Well, his ERA is $1.94. He has gotten a loss decision this season. In 2 games, he allowed 2 runs. In 2 games where he allowed 1 run. They are not scoring any runs for Paul Skeens. This is just startling. I mean, not that his team's great anyway, but the fact that they flat out cannot score. He's got a 1.94 ERA and he's 4-7. I mean, go ahead and figure it out. What would a 1 loss mean for you? What does it mean? He gave up 2 runs, Jeff. He shouldn't have given up any. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's got to pitch a shutout just to have any chance at getting a decision. Now, to me, it's Paul Skeens or Zach Wheeler would be in that conversation. Zach Wheeler leading the National League, 148 strikeouts, 116 innings pitched, so the same as Skeens. Skeens has 125 in that. Only giving up 73 hits has Wheeler. So he is the one guy that has, I think, the strongest argument to start, but it's Skeens or Wheeler.
everybody wants to see schemes, right? And I go to who is this for? Who are we doing it for? And I'm not sure I know the answer sometimes.
Doing it for the 7 Rockies fans that are happy for Hunter Goodman.
That's right. Did you hear Fred just call in? I didn't get a call in about any Dodger fans
Nope,
being
you're
happy
right.
for their guy. Do you hear how happy he was?
That's what the All-Star game is for.
See? I mean, I don't know. I got bigger things to complain about in sports than one guy from each team being on the All-Star team. I know the job you're supposed to whine when you got a microphone in front of you. That I'll tell you when things bother me, man, and that's just not one of them. Just isn't. Enough things that bother me. I got a Rocky representative. They're 21-69. Is that what they are? 21-69. That's so good, dude. 21-69. Do they lose 100 before the end of, or before? They can't lose it before the end of July, right? But by before the end of August, did they lose 100 games? With a whole month in the season to go. Where are you at? 21-69. So that's 80. Is that 90 games? They played a full even 90 games, right? And they've won 21. They can play 162. So over under 48 wins, 48 and a half wins total. Do they get hot towards the end? 48 and a half.
Calling up all those
isotopes who are just killing it down here. Yeah. 48 and a half. I wonder what Vegas has them at right now. Win totals, Colorado Rockies. I hate doing this. I'm sorry I'm doing this. I hate doing this. But right now, if you go to Vegas Insider, win totals on the Rockies, come on, help me. Their odds to win the West are 250,000, plus 250,000. Yeah, I'd go 48 and a half, and I might go under because they're at 21 right now. Kind of, I mean, it's crazy. How about the Dodgers getting swept by the Astros? Christian Walker, Altuve, Diaz, they all homered. Ryan Gusto threw 6 innings. Astros beat the Dodgers 5-1. It's their first 3-game sweep at Dodger Stadium since May of 2008, and when I believe they were still in the National League at that point, right? Dodgers and Astros used to be in the same division. Now they're in different leagues. Walker and Diaz opened the 8th with homers off of Tanner Scott. Altuve with another one. Astros are 24-8 since June 1st. That is the best record since the beginning of June of anybody in the major leagues. The Houston Astros. How do they keep doing it, dude? I get it. They bang trash cans. Okay, fine. But since then, they've still been pretty good.
Development.
And they, what's that?
Great farm system.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They keep bringing guys up, and they keep home-growing dudes. And, I mean, look, I know it was tough for the organization to get rid of Alex. And the fans there love him. If you've ever been to an Astros game, when you would see, more Bregman jerseys, I think, than Altuve, although it was pretty close. They loved him. But they keep bringing dudes up. Their development, their farm system, their scouting department is unbelievable. And you look at, I know from a Rocky standpoint, you're going, what the hell, man? Why can they do it and you can't? But it's been nothing short of amazing the way they continue to win.
Well, they do a great job. It starts with the pitching staff, and the pitchers they've developed have been phenomenal. And you still have your pieces there, but they do a good job in free agency. Christian Walker was a free agent addition. Paredes, who's taking over at third base, they acquired him. I think it was after he went from the Rays to, I believe, the Cubs, and then the Kyle Tucker deal, which you send an MVP caliber player, goes over to the Cubs, and just a really well-ran organization.
Yeah, whatever they do is they're winning. It's pretty freaking amazing right now. All right, 505-246-0610 if you want to get in on anything that happened over the weekend. Get you into the Suns and thinking about what they're going to do with Bradley Beal. You can get into the Gold Cup from the weekend. You can get anything you want to get into from over the weekend that you watched is open for you. NFL news is available for you. How much should the Commanders pay Terry McLaurin? How much would you commit? And Big 12 Media Days tomorrow. Some of the storylines, some of the guys with a little bit of a local twist when we get back. Hey, Fight Central this month in Fight Central period is going to be at Twin Peaks. You're looking for lunch, you're looking for the fights, get yourself over to Twin Peaks and just enjoy what they've got going on in the month of July, because all month long they've got specials and they've got the fights and they've got the World Cup and they've got tequila and cervezas and Bikini Week. July 4th, which is running now through the 17th. So it started last week, but every Friday in July, tequila and cervezas. It's taken over at Twin Peaks. Samples of Mexico's finest tequilas, 29-degree cervezas, fiery red lingerie parties. It is the summer fiesta you don't want to miss. And from July 14th through the 17th, it is Bikini Week. Bikini Week is on. Enjoy scenic views, a bikini costume party, and cool down with summer drink specials like the watermelon margarita topped with Red Bull or a crisp Paloma. So bring the crew, beat the heat. It's Twin Peaks where the drinks are cold and the views are hot. Coming up for UFC 318, Holloway Poirier 3. It's July 19th. Twin Peaks is your place to watch it. There's no cover. Bud Light buckets for just $14. $3.99 cheap shots all Saturday. It's one of the most anticipated matches and rematches, especially in UFC history. Don't miss it. And remember, July 18th through the 24th, Summer Savings Week at Twin Peaks. Save big on your favorite food and drinks every day. So whether you're there for the fights or the flavors, Twin Peaks has you covered all summer long.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Sure. Where'd that come from?
Thanks to E-Man.
Who? Evan?
Yeah.
You can fit into his hoodie?
Wherever this came from, it fits.
Look at it. So Cumulus. Is it Cumulus? What is it?
It's the gray hoodie.
All right. It's cold back there in the control room. JJ's freezing his hoodie off. 505-246-0610. We got a little breakfast from Central Grill this morning. I want to say thank you to them for that. Much, much, much appreciated. Text line is down, but you can send us emails. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Emails appreciated. And I was looking at JJ at the Big 12 media list, and Wednesday, super familiarity. I get Devin Dampier from Utah is going to be there for Utah. Rich Rod Look at all the New Mexico, Gildan New Mexico Bowl and Isleta New Mexico Bowl alumni on Wednesday. So Rich Rod, I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say, is back at West Virginia. Kyle Winningham in Utah with Devin Dampier as his quarterback. Sonny Dykes at TCU is going to be on Thursday as well, or on Wednesday as well, with the both players of the game, Josh Hoover and Devin Deal. Colorado's got Brett Brennan from Arizona. Dion always puts on a show at these things too.
Still gonna be buzzing.
Yeah, no, the day is Wednesday. Look at tomorrow. Kalani Sitake from BYU's out there. Looking forward to hearing what Arizona State has to say coming off of their appearance in the college football playoff. Yeah, this is going to be cool. And each school's bringing like 4 to 6 players to media day. This will be interesting. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Got the NFL camps are opening in a couple weeks. When do you start preparing for your fantasy draft? I know I had you look at my. I got a dilemma.
Everyone has questions, and this is the time you start thinking about keepers and how many dynasty rankings, firing the league back up.
Yeah, no, I got good dilemmas. Don't get me wrong. I got to figure out how much I buy into some of these running backs. So we'll see. This is happening now. Wimbledon. Novak Djokovic is in a gentleman's 4th round battle with Demanois. I can't say how you say it. Demeanor, because he's English. Or he's Australian, I'm sorry. They split the first 2 sets. Djokovic lost 1-6 in the first and won the second one 6-4, and they're 4-4 in the third. So you got a battle going on at the at Wimbledon with obviously one of the biggest names in the sport, and everybody will be watching it. That's in that world. Alex I don't know how to say it. Minaur, Minaur. How would you spell it? I think he's Australian. Minaur. I'll turn up the volume and I'll find out. Well, and I should know. I want to know. Do you watch tennis? Because tennis is, people are freaking out that pickleball's going to own tennis.
I don't think pickleball's going to own tennis. People recreationally, people are playing a lot of pickleball,
Well,
absolutely, but
up,
it's not
coming up like
going to overtake tennis on TV.
No, not on TV, but I mean, like in 20 years from now, how many people are? Where's the tennis players coming from? Like I look at,
I don't think kids are going to be picking up pickleball.
Canyon Club. Almost all of the tennis courts are now been converted to pickleball.
You play when your knees hurt and your back sore, you don't have to run
as far.
Yeah, you just it gets intense. I'm not gonna pickleball players gonna come at me with their rackets, or paddles.
JJ Buck. JJ at Sports.
That is one thing I did say. You can credit that one to me.
So you come up number 7, and all you hear is tick, 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 tick. It's like, yeah, all the pickleball. All right, 505-246-0610. We got a whole nother hour to go. When we come back, the Nuggets are making a little news. No, they didn't sign Damian Lillard, but it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mir here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Like me, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep.
Clippers, Jazz, and Heat. A 3-team multiplayer swap. Clippers, Jazz, Heat. According to Shams Charania, Miami will get Norman Powell from the Clippers. The Clippers will get John Collins from the Jazz, and Utah gets Kevin Love from the Heat, Kyle Anderson from the Heat, and a second-round pick from the Clippers in 2027. So the Heat instantly get better, I think, on the wing, because I think Norman Powell gives them help on both sides of the court. Clippers get front court help in Collins, and he was made available by Utah as the Jazz look to get off his contract. And the Jazz continue to rebuild, and they get a draft pick, and they get Anderson and an expiring contract in Kevin Love. So the moves continue to come in the National Basketball Association. You can get on the Bradley Beal stuff, too. This is interesting and what's going to happen there. So Bradley Beal, one of two players in the National Basketball Association, will have a no-trade deal, no-trade clause. Supposedly, there's considerable interest in him should he hit free agency. Well, sure there is. Because if, in fact, he hits free agency, that will mean that the Phoenix Suns bought out his deal, that he is getting paid. Now, it may be spread out over time, stretched, as they like to say. That's the industry term. But he's going to get his, and you could probably get him on the cheap. So Phoenix is probably moving off of Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's gone. Mark Stein, who's an NBA insider, reported that he, Beal, is exploring his options in anticipation that he gets his contract bought out. Djokovic just won the second set, 6-4. He's up 2 sets to 1. Bradley Beal is owed over $110 million the next 2 years. He had a $251 million max deal. Has anybody ever stole money like anybody like him off of this contract? And that's $250 million. And I can't recall Bradley Beal ever playing for the Suns, let alone doing something significant.
Not in Phoenix at all. It was a big swing for the fences that didn't work out.
I guess he did average 17 points a game and played 53 games last year. He did play. I mean, I know I'm exaggerating. How does a team with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant miss the playoffs? Honestly.
Not enough time on the floor, and then those guys really just not working well together at all.
Just rolling those three out should get you in the playoffs. I'm not telling you win you a championship. But just rolling those three guys out.
Well, and that was the final nail in the coffin of 3 max dudes get you nowhere.
Yeah. Kind of moving away from, 3 max dudes, you just can't build a roster.
And that last run was, the Golden State one was so wild because of the contracts at the time of the, like, Curry and his extension. It wasn't like a supermax deal, so they were able to have Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant under the salary cap there for that little run in Golden State. But we've seen it, and it was the end of the really Miami era of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, that the changes to the salary cap, the luxury tax, it wasn't about a big 3. It was, or if you can have 2 guys and then build around them, that's the teams that have won championships in this 7-year run.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how it goes in cycles, right? I mean, the big three thing was a thing in the teens.
When the Celtics,
Oh.
they got Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and they had Paul Pierce.
Yeah, and the Heat, if you consider Chris Bosh, and they did. One of the big three. I just heard something in the break, the Infinity Sports Minute. It got me thinking, and I've thought about this before. So I don't know what LeBron James's future is, immediate future. I got to believe he's playing for the Lakers next year. He's playing next year. I think we all agree on that. The noise around him being moved and him wanting to move, or the club wanting to move, whatever. Like, it won't stun me if I got a headline that says LeBron James is traded to whomever. It would not stun me. But he's got 1, 2, maybe 3 years left. 5, 10, 12 years from now, when you remember LeBron James, we're always going to talk about LeBron. We're still talking about Mike. We're still talking about Kobe. We're still talking about Bird. We're still talking about Magic. When you picture him in your mind's eye, he will be wearing what uniform?
To me, it's split between the Heat and Cavs.
Okay. So both of them, and they're similar colors, I guess. So it'll be some sort of black with orange and white in there. What other superstar do we toggle when you think of him? When you think of
And he's
Brady-
going to have spent more time
with
the Lakers than the Heat.
Yeah. And I think there'll be people who will think of him as a Laker. Certainly younger people, right? Because that's what they'll know. Is there another superstar that's considered an all-time great that and this is not a knock on him, and maybe he's setting a trend, I don't know. But, I mean, Babe Ruth is a Yankee. Joe Montana is a Niner. Tom Brady's a Patriot. Barry Bonds, even though he started with the Pirates, is a Giant. Right? Kobe's a Laker. Is there another one that you go back and forth? How do you remember that great? Because plenty of other superstars and all-time greats have played with multiple teams. But is there anybody that you can think of that you're just like, how do I remember that guy? I mean, in any sport.
Shaq?
He's a Laker, man. Yeah. He's a Laker. He won one with Orlando, but his great years were with the Lakers.
Well, he got to one, didn't they? But
yeah, he didn't win one with Orlando. He got to one. Him and Penny, they got to one. They didn't win it. Yeah. I had somebody in mind. But I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. is a Mariner. Tony Gwynn is a Padre. But even guys who spent time in different places, you kind of think of them where they made their hay. And maybe this, that's great on LeBron that he was able to be so great everywhere he was, right? I just can't think of one where I'm like, I think of him as an all-time great, but what uniform do I think of him in? How about Peyton Manning? You think of him as a Colt. He's a Colt, though, right? You're a Bronco fan, and he brought you a Super Bowl. He was on a Super Bowl team. But he's a Colt.
He's close in that conversation just because he's done so much more, it feels like, with the Broncos post-playing career than the Colts.
Yeah. That one's close. I mean, I'm struggling. Even all right, Kevin Garnett. Boston, right? But he was a Timberwolf for so long. But he won in Boston. There's not many, though, are there?
Well, not to the level of we're talking about potential, like, not just a good player, Charles Barkley player, but like this dude could be in the conversation.
Because Charles Barkley, I mean, what do you think of him? Is he a Rocket? Is he a Sun? Is he a Sixer? What do you think of him? I mean, that's a great one. That's a great one. But yeah, the all-time greats, I just don't have one. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails continue to roll in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. What did it mean for USA and Mexico over the weekend? Free agency winners. And I'm going to get you the latest on the hockey team and what the club put out, the local hockey team, as far as the name of the team. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Listen to 95.9 FM and AM 6.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. A
couple things to watch this week. So, JJ, Colorado's bringing 2 quarterbacks to Media Day. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Have you? I mean, Dion could do that because, well, he's Dion. But Colorado's bringing, so they got the transfer from Liberty, Caden Salter, who just put up sick numbers. He was the guy's a junior. I guess it was a sophomore that led Liberty to the Fiesta Bowl a couple seasons ago. And then he's got that highly touted freshman, Julian Lewis, contrasting guys, and Lewis is the future up there. But they're going to bring 2. That's going to be really interesting. Looking forward to seeing Devin Dampier. JJ, I don't know that I knew this. Maybe I should have. So Jason Beck was the offensive coordinator at New Mexico last year, and of course Devin Dampier was the quarterback. They both went to Utah. Was New Mexico, and it says, it must be right, the only pair of regular season 1,000-yard rushers in the FBS? Lobos had 2,000-yard rushers in FBS. Devin Dampier was one of them, and they were the only school that had 2. Their offense was good last year. But if Dampier fixes the offense up there, so they've been playing the Spencer Rattler game up in Utah for the last 115 years, right? It feels like. I mean, how long was it? Feels like Spencer, not Spencer Rattler. Not Spencer Rattler. What was? Gummit, the guy who's hurt all the time. No, Spencer Rattler's with the Saints. What's you know what I'm talking about?
Cam Johnson? No.
Anyway,
Cam Rising.
That's
Cam Rising.
Cam Rising. I don't know why I thought Spencer Rattler. But if it doesn't feel like Devin Dampier could be better and more consistent than anything they've had up there for a while.
Yes.
They can be nice. Utah.
Devin Dampier can put Utah in position to win the Big Bowl.
Is Lobo fan rooting for Devin Dampier in Utah? Because this is going to be not uncommon, man. Does Lobo fan root for JT Toppin? I find this to be a very similar feel for Lobo fan. Did you root for JT? And I think most Lobo fan did. When JT Toppin left Lobo basketball, went to Texas Tech, got paid. Now he's making reportedly $4 million this year in NIL money. But he was making, $1.5 million last year? When he left here and became the Big 12 Player of the Year for Texas Tech, my feeling was, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, that most of you were rooting for JT Toppin. That, he was ours. I get why he went. He's making a bunch of money. We can't afford him. And go good on you, young man. I kind of feel that's the same concept on Devin Dampier. It should be. However you felt about JT, shouldn't you kind of feel the same way about Dampier?
I don't think people are rooting for JT Toppin.
You don't think so?
No, I think it was you understand it, but it was more of, man, what could have been if he stayed.
So watching with interest, but not really rooting for?
Yeah, because that fan base expects now back to competing for championships, going to the NCAA tournament. So you tip your cap, and I think it was a lot more of, man, what could have been if he was on last year's roster.
Yeah, I know, hanging around the team a little bit, the people who knew him really were rooting for him. Like the people who knew the young man personally were certainly rooting for him. But I kind of feel, however it is you felt about JT when he went there, Lobo fans probably going to feel, I'm going to guess, somewhat similarly about Devin Dampier. Now, maybe you feel different about Texas Tech than you feel about Utah. Utah, there's the long former conference foe thing around Utah, right? But I don't know. I kind of feel the same way. Hey, Ben, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Ben.
Hello, thanks for taking my call. I can't speak for all, but as a native from Albuquerque and a UNM grad, I definitely rooted for JT Toppin. I thought what he did was pretty spectacular, and anybody who didn't root for him, I don't know why you would, and anybody who wouldn't take what he took is out of their mind.
Yeah, I think that's the way most people feel.
I mean, if anybody right now, just right now in your life, that you can move right, it doesn't matter where you move. I'll move to Edmonton if someone's going to give me $4 million.
You can buy a lot of parkas with $4
I
million.
will move to Juneau, Alaska for $4 million. So, a lot of people say certain things. Money talks in a lot of aspects of life. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, appreciate you, Ben. And I think that was kind of my gut, right? People get it. And it's a different era. I mean, the old school people, when guys used to transfer, there was a different, like, how does New Mexico State fan feel about Diego Pavia? I mean, it's not very different, right? The concept's the same, isn't it? Diego got you to a place where you hadn't been before. Young man's representing New Mexico, and he's killing it at Vanderbilt and made national headlines, has a damn rule named after him now. It didn't used to be this way. When guys transferred, you were pissed. Because theoretically, there was no more money, but they get one transfer, and it just was different. Over the last 5-ish years, with portal and NIL, with unlimited transfer, it's just become different. And I maybe, and is it different when it's a guy from New Mexico? I don't know. But when a guy balled out for your team, and everybody's dealing with it now. I mean, look, Notre Dame, Alabama, none of them are exempt from this. You get caught more than they do. They got more guys coming in, going out, but there's guys leaving those schools all the time. Where do you think Oregon gets their quarterback every damn year? They go to Oklahoma, don't they? Right? Doesn't Oregon have a 50-year guy who started somewhere in the SEC every year? I guess they do now. But I think that's right. Mike Gundy's on the hot seat. This will be another interesting one. He was really interesting last year. The Oklahoma State coach, he's a man. He's 54 now, I think.
I'm an old man.
Entering last year, I guess I didn't realize this. Oklahoma State had not missed a bowl game or finished below 500 since 2005. That was 20 years ago now. That was Gundy's first year. They went 3-9 last year, the worst record in his career. They're bringing 3 guys to media day, which is the least anybody's bringing. But I think the storyline's going to be on Gundy, right? I mean, the pressure's heating up there. This is the absolute quintessential, you can't have a bad year. Because a guy who's been there, and maybe you run out your welcome. I always go back and forth, and I'm interested in how fans deal with this. If you have a guy that's there for 20 years and he has a bad year, he's old, it's passed him by, we need another voice. And I remember asking the question in Rockies last year, did Rocky Long earn the right to have a down year? And the answer obviously was no. They went, 4-8 that year, whatever the number was. I think it was 4-8. And that was it. And where have you been since? Well, the pressure's heating up at Oklahoma State too. And I know there's a bunch of Oklahoma State fans around here. But Mike Gundy, he was an interesting cat at the podium last year too, at Media Day. This is an interesting league, man. I'm really, really looking forward to some of this. Houston's interesting. Do they have the weapons? Colorado. I don't know what UCF's got going, but Kalani Sitake's gonna have to answer about the Jake Retzlaff stuff. He just lost his quarterback last week, right?
Yes, he did.
Quarterback violated the BYU honor code, had premarital sex, was going to be suspended for 7 games and opted to go into the portal. I mean, he wasn't perfect, but he was pretty reliable. They were good last year. So now BYU's got to figure out who their quarterback is. They got 2 guys who played Group of 5 schools, McKay Halstead and Trayson Bourget. Neither one of them played last year. BYU's in a really interesting spot, and they were good. Arizona State, man, how are they going to handle being hunted? I mean, they came out of nowhere last year with Cam Scadaboo, who's now with the Giants. Right? Isn't that where he is?
That is correct.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're not sneaking up on they're a co-favorite. You know who co-favorites are to win the Big 12? I gave you one of them. You know who the other one is? Kansas State. As far as the betting favorites. Well, They get their quarterback back. So this will be fun. And we're going to start the hype train and listen to all this stuff. But kind of looking forward to getting started with this. Djokovic is down 3-1 in the fourth set to Alex de Minaur. Up 2-1 in sets and down in the third set. I'll keep you up to date on that as we go through the day. 505-246-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and jj@sportsanimalabq.com on the on the Twitter. It's _JJ Buck, and the Facebook, the OD and the AM, and you can of course watch the show there. Adrian is producing there for you. I recently hosted an event at the Albuquerque Convention Center. If you are looking for a place for an event, consider the Albuquerque Convention Center. I was, I didn't say host, I guess hosted, emceed it, this is the right word. The New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame banquet was there, but it doesn't have to be a huge event. Anything from 10 people to 2,000. I mean, they'll take care of you there. So take your event to the next level and get a hold of the people over at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Go over, take a look at it. They got versatile spaces to meet every need, and they offer incredible beauty all around the place. It's an experience. They got stunning local art on every wall, great food and drink options. Every place you go, your guests are going to be impressed. It's right there in historic downtown Albuquerque, the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. So from small meetings to private gatherings to large expos to conferences to celebrations, let the team at the Albuquerque Convention Center service and catering go above and beyond your expectations. We trust them. This Letter New Mexico Bowl has hosted our teams there every single year. We've had the game here in Albuquerque. You can do it again this year. I think you can too. You'll have a great time. Easy parking in and out as well. Make your vision a reality in a space designed to impress. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all. Call 505-768-4575. 505-768-4575 or visit albuquerquecc.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal, to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety.
Coming next fall to an arena near you. The name of the team fan vote has closed. Now, we got Goat Heads on the ballot. It was one of the 3 team names. Or one of the 3 options. Tarantula Hawks was the one, and what was the other one? Cutthroats?
Cutthroats.
I mean, Goat Heads is obvious here. This is easy. But they said they narrowed it down from 2,000 fan submissions to 3. They said spirited discussion and support across the state. Voting concluded on Thursday the 3rd. So the official team name will be announced in the fall with the team's logo and the colors. I have a feeling they've already figured out what they want. They just humored us with this, but I'm not sure. I'm going to bet that they like Tarantula Hawks, but I'm hoping for Goat Heads. How about the power of our little Goat Head? I mean, I'm just saying.
Got it on the ballot. It was a finalist. Yep. We've been talking about Goat Heads as a name in this market for a while now.
Should be.
Makes a ton of sense. Kind of fits that mold, but I am with you. I really do like, I could see all 3 being solid.
Goat Head's the best.
We've been Team Goat Head for a while now.
Tarantula Hawks. NMTH. New Mexico Tarantula Hawks. Man, I'm not big on cutthroats, but okay. It's just me. Goat Heads is number 1 for me, and then maybe Tarantula Hawks. All right, more NBA stuff for you. JJ, your Nuggets told Jonas Valanciunas through his representation that the Nuggets fully expect him to honor his contract. So the Nuggets traded with Sacramento. They got Valanciunas for Dario Saric. Denver let Valanciunas know that they will not let him out of the remaining 2 years on his deal. I guess there's a team in Greece that wants him to play there. 10.4 points, 7.7 rebounds for the Kings and Wizards last year. He's set to make $10.3 million this season. He's got $10 million left the following season. His contract is binding, does not allow him to pursue other professional opportunities unless both sides reach an agreement. I always wonder, so what if he says, whatever, man, I'm out. I'm going to Greece. What, are you going to chase me across? What laws bind me when I'm not in your country? How does this end?
Hopefully with him playing for the Denver Nuggets. The center options are few and far between now for finding a backup post to give Jokic a little bit of rest throughout the regular season, especially with a solid big in Valanciunas that is a legit backup center in the league. And I understand why Denver would be like, we're not cool with working with you, man. We are still trying to push to make it back to the conference finals with Nikola Jokic, and the depth this team needed. They did a lot of good moves, and one of those good moves was Jonas Valanciunas. So when you look at Lopez off the market, Ayton off the market, Horford, it looks like he's probably going to end up in Golden State at this point in time. There's no options.
Yeah, I love that for them, by the way. Alex Kirk is available.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I got no problem with them not letting him out. None. Like, you signed a deal, you're going to honor it, and I expect you to be here. I want to hit on this, and you and I have talked about this. I don't know if it was on the air or not. The Las Vegas-based, there's something called the Players Era Festival. This is an NIL basketball tournament with a pot this year north of $20 million in NIL-related earnings. So it's the most expensive regular season event in the history of college basketball. There's going to be 18 teams that will each play 3 games. The ultimate prize will be an additional $1 million to the team that wins the event. Each school's already assured $1 million. So you go there, we're splitting $1 million amongst our team. However, we decide, I don't know if they're going to go 15 cross or, vote for shares. I would assume, I don't know. I mean, does number 15 get the same as number 1? Any idea how they split that? Because I don't know.
No idea.
All right, here's the teams, and this is, you can tell me the rich get richer, and, well, you're not totally wrong. Alabama, Creighton, Houston, Notre Dame, Oregon, Rutgers, San Diego State, Auburn, Baylor, Gonzaga, Iowa State, Kansas, Michigan State, St. John's, Syracuse, Tennessee, and UNLV. There'll be 4 women's teams: Duke, South Carolina, Texas, and UCLA. I don't know how they decide. I'm going to guess it's straight out invitational. Who are people interested in watching? What kind of games can I put together? What programs? UNLV is the team representing the Mountain West. And I say that because San Diego State, while in the Mountain West, basically is a Pac-12 team and the only Pac-12 team moving forward, right? But how do you feel about, like, the list? Because there's a bunch of, Auburn, Alabama, excuse me, Tennessee out of the SEC. You got Oregon, Rutgers, Michigan State out of the Big Ten. So it's not like they were just getting one representative out of each. It's an entertaining list.
It is. And you look at, some of them. So it's Michigan that will be in it.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
And so where this came out is Michigan accidentally published the schedule before it was supposed to.
Okay.
So we know that to kick it off, St. John's, Iowa State, Oregon, Auburn, Alabama, Gonzaga, Houston, Tennessee.
And it's good games for everybody. I mean, they're good resume games.
November. It's awesome. And these are what you want to see. Now, MTEs with the schedule growing, you're going to see more and more of these, but now it's going to be hard to fund them all. But
do you know who's funding this? I mean, with a $20 million purse, do you know where all that money's coming from?
This is the PEF. Now, what is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Although, is that Saudi money?
The Player Era Festival.
Okay.
So that's what it is. But who's?
Yeah, I don't know where it's all coming from. I mean, $20 million is good geld. 18 teams. Everybody's getting money. $1 million to the winner. And that extra $1 million maybe go to the ladies? Is that what it is? I don't even know. But that'll be good viewing for you for college basketball in November to get started. All right, we'll wrap it up when we get back. 5:05. 246-0610. Get you ready to get through your Monday, what everybody's going to be talking about. And it's still time for your phone calls and your emails. Hey, I found a great landscaping company, LaBarge Landscape. And you can call, book a free estimate appointment, get over at 505-345-3000 or go labargelandscape.com. Have them come by the house. I need a cleanup. I don't need a total rebuild, but it got away from me. It's kind of a blind spot. I don't have a ton of time. And so LaBarge came out. You can trust them. Licensed, bonded, insured. That means a lot of things, but it means you don't have to worry about someone not doing the job, not completing the job. Everybody's gotten that little baggie in the driveway with a couple of rocks in it and a flyer. You don't know who they are. You don't know if they're going to finish the job. This is a family-owned company. Family-owned and operated. They're local with over 80 years of experience. They specialize in professional landscape construction, maintenance, cleanups, irrigation, design, synthetic turf, walls, whatever it is you need at LaBarge is your answer. They're a landscape company that takes pride in their work. Every single job, they treat your home and your property as if it's their own. They respect your property. They clean up after themselves. They pay attention to detail. So the quality is beyond reproach. The pricing, quite competitive. And even if you don't know what you want, you know you want something, but you're not sure, they'll walk you through a bunch of ideas. I strongly suggest LaBarge. I think you're going to really, really, really be happy. Take a look at them online and then give them a call. It's at labargelandscape.com, LABARGE landscape.com. The phone number is 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It is LaBarge Landscape.
This is Sean Levine with a sport.
Indy Safety is a local safety consulting company helping.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network.
Coming off a big, long, beautiful holiday weekend. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck back there in his parka. Somebody messed with the thermostat. Remember when we had that?
They're locked, so I have no idea what
They
happened.
put the thermostats in jail. Yeah, they're
They did.
locked up.
People are doing too much with them.
Back in the day around here, whoever it was, used to just jack with the thermostats, broke them, and so they had to put a cage around it, the thermostats on the wall. Keep your grubby mitts off of them. Somebody got at it. All right, what's everybody going to be talking about as you go through your day? USA loses to Mexico in the Gold Cup final yesterday, 2-1. If you're, in a soccer crowd, New Mexico United got beat over the weekend in Pittsburgh, 1-0. They'll return home and play Charleston on Saturday out at the ball pitch. Three-way trade with the Heat and the Clippers and the Jazz today. Norman Powell goes to the Heat, and Oklahoma's athletic director, longtime athletic director who's been there, I want to say 20-something years. Joe Castiglione is stepping down, 28th year, in fact. 28 national titles, 117 titles, league titles. Going on right now at Wimbledon, Alex de Minaur and Novak Djokovic, 4th round. Joker's up 2-1. They are tied 4-4 in a very entertaining match out at the All England London Tennis Club. And Joker trying to hold on and advance in just a really, really fun match to watch. Isotopes are off today. They finished up with the Chihuahuas over the weekend. Where are they headed next, you know? They'll, where am I?
Is it Round Rock?
They're going to Round Rock, yeah. We'll be in Round Rock tomorrow. Then the All-Star break, and they come home for 3 with the Reno Aces. Yeah. So they're getting out of town, and United takes over the ball pitch this weekend. Media days will start tomorrow in college football. Big 12 will get it all started tomorrow. And Tomislav Buljan, the 22-year-old 6'9" forward from Croatia, did have his student visa processed. He arrived at Albuquerque on Friday, and he can begin working out with the Lobo men's basketball team. Not yet has he been cleared by the NCAA. We don't know how much, if any, eligibility he will have. But he's here, and then they'll wait a decision. They get 45 days for him to practice. They better figure that out within 45 days, right?
You would hope that they'd get on the ball with some of these things.
I mean, it seems...
There's a lot going on, but this is a very important issue for a lot of teams across college athletics.
Yeah. And then the Major League Baseball All-Star rosters were announced over the weekend. A couple notables. Alex Bregman, the former Albuquerque Academy star who is injured with the Red Sox, did make it as a reserve. Clayton Kershaw was an honorary, what do they call it, honorary member, but he gets to play. Like, he's on the roster, right? And voting is closed for the naming of the new hockey team, which will be housed in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And you'll know in the fall what the name of the team is, whether it's the Goat Heads, yay, whether it's the Tarantula Hawks, all right, or the Cutthroats. But either way, you like all of them? You're down with them?
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, Goat Heads, we've been on that for so long. I think it's a fun one that makes a ton of sense, and everyone, you know, in New Mexico understands that, deals with that. Tarantula Hawks kind of fits the mold of when you just run down the list of minor league hockey team names.
Just another kind of quirky, weird logo. Look at what, make a splash, but it just feels like another quirky minor league hockey name. Yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah, and then Cutthroats is all right. And then you start thinking about how to make a puck logo out of it, or
the color scheme, what the logo's going to look like.
Do you like the blue and teal and white that they kind of put in their initial one?
You have a feeling that it's probably going to be what they stick with color-wise.
I don't hate that. Actually, I don't hate it at all. But yeah, so that's all closed. If you didn't vote, now you just sit around and we'll all wait together. All right, and then the Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. They lose the first time the Astros have swept the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium since 2008, back when the Astros won the National League. 18-1 was the score the other night. Dodgers still have a 7-game lead. Stigler came in, by the way. I was giving you an over-under 48.5 on total wins for the Rockies, and he did the math, kind of played out the win percentage and where they are now, and really the number should be 38.5. I mean, they're on pace to go 38-1, whatever the rest of the number is, 126 or something, which is just, and every, is it weird that I maybe it's summer, there's nothing else on. I watch him now, and I think Drew Goodman, right? That's their play-by-play guy, right?
Yep.
I think he's so good. And I know we talked to Josh Sushan about this the other day when he was with us at the ballpark about, just doing play-by-play for a team that loses, and how do you just get up every day and not get caught up in it and lost in it, for lack of a better way to say it. But, boy, he just sounds deflated every time the other team scores.
Yeah.
Like he's the ultimate cheerleader right now, and he just sounds deflated. Listen to
and the White Sox win.
Yeah, like he's almost just waiting for the inevitable, because
there's been bad teams in Colorado. This is the worst ever, and they're not even like scoring runs at a high clip. You look and go, all right, 321 runs scored. It's more than Pirates, at least. However, minus 229,
which is insane,
is a run differential.
Which is insane, and you're halfway through the season, and then the next worst is what? Like minus 118 or something?
Minus 140 for the Athletic.
140.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the Athletic record?
37 and 55.
Yeah, but they don't even have a home.
They're only 19 games back. The run's coming for the Athletic.
They don't even have a home, dude. They're
like Sacramento, California, United States of America, Gulf of America,
Anaheim, go.
Maybe Vegas.
Djokovic is up 30-love and up 5-4, so he's 2 points away from winning the match, which would be just terrific for the tournament and for Novak Djokovic. And there he is. He put that away. He's serving for. He's got triple match point. All right, the Herd with Colin Cowherd will be next. The Jim Rome Show follows that. Two Men On's in at 4, and then the opening drive returns with more award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, good to see you back. Hope you had a great long weekend. Thanks for what you do. He is JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big week or a big day for you?
Huge day.
I almost said weekend. Djokovic just won 3-1. Enjoy your day. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own.